Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be answering your questions on hand rearing parrot chicks. This is part 3 of my breeding series, and today we are going to be covering common health issues in hand reared parrots, which include stunting, crop status, crop burn, and we are going to be looking at the causes and symptoms of all of those. Please excuse me out of today's video. I am not very well and therefore I am not presentable in front of the camera. Just to let you know that this video is not species specific, but it can of course benefit all species of parrot. So with that, let's jump into our first question, and as always, keep watching. So let's jump into our very first question. What is stunting and what are the causes of stunting in chicks? So the failure to thrive can be caused by hereditary, congenital, and husbandry issues. However, it is usually due to husbandry and nutritional issues caused by inexperienced breeders not having experience in hand feeding techniques, such as feeding too little formula, incorrect formula consistency, which can cause a reduced feeding response, incorrect brooding temperatures, and dehydration. It can also be caused by yeast and bacterial infections, as well as congenital conditions. Malnutrition can also be the culprit, whereby parents are malnutrition themselves and are unable to feed their chicks the correct nutrients needed to thrive. Or inexperienced breeders are not feeding the correct nutrients for that particular parrot species. Additionally, in some cases, a small baby trying to compete with larger siblings may be ignored by the parents, therefore not receive sufficient amounts of food. Okay, so let's jump into our second question. What are the signs of a stunted chick? So you will find an oversized head, oversized eyes and nares. Skin looks dry and red. Their wings and feet are small for their age. The crop is small, hard, and sometimes the veins are prominent. Eyes failing to open at appropriate times for that species. When dehydrated, the energy levels are low and the chick may lose their willingness to live. So they will also be dehydrated. So on to our third question. What is crop status, sour crop, and what are the symptoms? Well, crop status happens when the normal movement of the crop is impaired, causing food to remain inside the crop. This, of course, is a common occurrence with inexperienced breeders who administer improper concentrations of formula, incorrect formula temperatures, overfeeding, incorrect brooding temperatures, poor sanitation. It can also be caused by crop impactation via various materials that the chick may swallow inside the nest, such as large pieces of sawdust, for example. Additionally, it can be caused by infection and or dehydration. If food stays inside the crop, this can cause bacterial and fungal overgrowth, which of course can lead to systemic illness if not corrected straight away. Experienced breeders may know how to empty the crop and do a crop wash when they notice this happening, but of course if there is no improvement made within 24 hours, the bird will need to see the veterinarian immediately. Crop status is always called for emergency veterinary treatment because, as I mentioned above, if not caught in the early stages, it can turn systemic very quickly, and of course the entire body of the chick shuts down. So what are some of the symptoms of crop status? A crop that does not empty once every 24 hours, a crop that looks very full before each feed, visible veins in the crop, foul breath, no droppings or scant droppings, mucousy droppings, regurgitation, lethargy, continual begging for food, or increased lack of appetite. So question 4 is, what is crop burn? So crop burn is the result of feeding formula at 110 degrees Fahrenheit or more. Or the chick could have burnt itself on a hot surface such as a heating pad. It may take about 2 to 3 days before an owner actually notices that the chick has crop burn. Crop burn is extremely painful for the chick, as you can well imagine, and then an infection can set in very quickly if not treated. In the early stages of crop burn, you may notice redness, swelling and or blistering of the skin, and you may notice this within 24 hours. However, again, in some cases, symptoms may only show a few days later or be noticed a few days later. If it is a superficial burn, this can be treated at home by flushing the crop with cool water and applying a vitamin A or D ointment, and of course feeding smaller meals. Careful observation will be needed, as infection can of course still set in very quickly. If it is a 2nd or 3rd degree burn, vet treatment will be needed immediately. With a burn of this degree, within 48 hours, the skin would have weakened and a hole would be seen at the base of the crop, which of course food can leak from. Without medical help, the bird will succumb to its injuries and severe infection will of course set in and the bird will die. So in next week's video, I am going to be going into more detail about how stunting in chicks may be corrected, ways in which you can help prevent crop stasis, and as promised in previous videos, what your parrot's eggs can tell you about the embryo with inside the egg. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video today, please don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to the video. Remember to click that little notification bell for more upcoming videos so you can be reminded of them. And as always, God bless and stay safe.